The ConnectWise Automate Control Center allows you to remediate issues on endpoints as well as develop automated solutions for a proactive strategy. It is the interface you will use to complete all of your tasks. In this lesson, you will learn 2 ways to install the Control Center, the major components in the Control Center, how to navigate the Browse menu, how to perform actions on agents, and what each menu contains and how to customize your user experience.
There are 2 things to keep in mind when installing the Control Center. .NET 3.5 Service Pack 1 is a requirement prior to installing. For some OSs, like Windows 8 and above, and 2008 R2 and above, you may need to use the Programs and Features component to install .NET 3.5. Additionally, many of the features in the Control Center rely on the L drive to be mapped to the Automate server share. Therefore, you will want to ensure this mapping exists if you need to take advantage of any of the features that utilize the share folder. For example, uploads, downloads performed using the File Explorer will need access to this shared folder. A pro tip: if you set the command console within the Control Center to load with the Control Center, it will notify you when you have loaded the Control Center without a connection to that LT share drive. If you are using the Control Center remotely, then you will want to use WebDAV for your LT share in order to map this over the internet. WebDAV is fully documented under the installation and upgrade section within the user docs. This will give you a step-by-step instructional guide on using WebDAV for your on-premise Automate server. This is also available for all of our cloud partners. When double-clicking the executable for the Control Center, it will, of course, install the Control Center itself along with required supporting files. For example, the MySQL ODBC connector is installed for the Control Center used for communicating with the database.
To harness the power of ConnectWise Automate, the Control Center needs to be installed on the technician's workstations. The Control Center is the main interface between your Automate agents and the Automate server. It is used mostly to manage clients, location, contacts, and computers. However, you can also view and work with tickets, timers, time slips, and other various aspects of the Automate system. The Control Center installer can be obtained from 2 different locations: the LT Share or L drive and the Web Control Center. Click the buttons below to learn about the 2 locations. The installer for the Control Center is stored in the WKS install directory found in the Automate server's share drive. If you are within the same network of the Automate server, this should be the easiest way to install. Use Windows Explorer to navigate to the LT Share /WKS install directory and double-click the installer exe. If you are remote from the Automate server or a cloud partner, then you will need to use WebDAV to set up a mapped drive to your LT Share directory or go to the Web Control Center. Open a web browser and navigate to the fully qualified domain name or FQDN of the Automate server, followed by /automate to log into the Web Control Center, which includes a download for the Control Center. The installers for agents and the Control Center can be found under the System module. Click on the Control Center link to begin the download.
Where can you find the installer executable for the Control Center? Select 2.
The Control Center login prompt should load after installing. If not, simply double-click on the Control Center icon to load the login prompt. You will need to provide some information to log into the Control Center. First, you will need username. Upon initial install, the username will be admin with a capital A. Logins for the Control Center are case sensitive since we are authenticating against a MySQL database. Now next, you'll have to have a password for the account, of course. Now by default, the initial password is set to admin, and once again, that's with a capital A, but you will be forced to change this upon the initial configuration of your Automate server. Now next, you will need the fully qualified domain name. For example, that could be edu.connectwise.com. Or you can use your IP address if you know that. This is all the information needed to log in. Remember, if this is the first time logging in, you will go through the initial configuration, which will force a password change.
Before jumping into the Control Center, you will need to be familiar with the basic components that can be used or manipulated within the interface. Click on each of the components for more information. Monitors. ConnectWise Automate monitors are used to evaluate the condition of any device and then perform an action when a specified threshold is reached. For example, raise alert, open a ticket, send an email, execute a script, etc. There are two classes of monitors in Automate, internal and remote. Agent templates. Agent templates pertain to agent configurations and are used to apply certain rules to sets of computers. ConnectWise Automate comes packaged with several default templates that are automatically applied to the corresponding group. All default templates are documented in the online documentation. If any of the templates that are listed are not in your system, then they are new templates since your installation. And keep in mind, ConnectWise Automate cannot update your set of templates to the new templates because it will overwrite any customizations that you would have done to your template. Any of the new templates would have to be created manually. Searches. Searches are a fundamental feature in ConnectWise Automate, and much of the automation in ConnectWise Automate starts with searches. Searches will allow you to effortlessly locate assets based on any information that the installed ConnectWise Automate agents return to the database. For example, we can easily locate any agent computers running a Microsoft Windows operating system. There are 4 types of assets you can search for in Automate: computers, contacts, network devices, and mobile devices. Scripts. Scripts are one of the most powerful features of the ConnectWise Automate system and can be used to perform ordered functions and combine with other features. Some common uses of scripts are software deployment, computer configuration modifications, read-write files, registry modifications, or execution of many other activities. Scripts can target computers, clients, mobile devices, network devices, contacts, and other devices. Once established, scripts can be scheduled according to a schedule or on demand, or when triggered by a monitor. Plan and implement scripts to complement your managed service contracts. Clients. Clients are objects which hold customer-specific data, including contact information, passwords, and locations objects. They are found in the Browse menu and it is the default list loaded when logging into the control center. Double-clicking on a client will load the client configuration screen. Locations. Locations are objects that help you organize multi-site clients, configure Ignite supplied settings like patch management, and hold details specific to the site, such as password. Locations are displayed when expanding a client in the Browse menu. Groups. Groups are objects that organize and maintain the needs of your clients and are the foundation for creating an automated solution to services for your clients. Groups can contain remote agent computers, contacts, and network devices. Depending on what a specific group contains, everything from scripts, monitors, patches, extra data fields, etc., can be implemented and managed at the group level for specialized service agreements. Groups also apply settings to any computers that are members of the group using their respective agent templates.
Permissions exist at the user, client, group, and script level, but are ultimately controlled by user classes. A user class is a combination of user permissions to which client, group, and script permissions can be attached. ConnectWise Automate bundles your selected permissions and saves the configurations in user classes. ConnectWise Automate includes 9 default user classes, and these user classes can be changed to suit your needs. Once your user classes have been configured, you can assign the user class to the desired users or attach additional permissions to the user class from the client permissions, group permissions screens. Click on the buttons to see how permissions are applied on clients, groups, and scripts.
Permissions applied on clients. Client permissions dictate what a user class can do on the client screen and with the associated computers. Permissions applied on groups. Group permissions dictate what a user can do with computers belonging to that group. Permissions applied on scripts. Script permissions allow you to restrict who can read and or edit scripts in ConnectWise Automate. Groups are the foundation to delivering automated services and can be used to apply scripts, monitors, and templates to computers. Is this statement true or false? Once you have logged into the control center, the view will default to the Browse menu with all client agent computers listed and the client navigation node expanded. In ConnectWise Automate 12, the familiar navigation tree has been replaced with a Browse menu that will load agent computers into a list view based on the menu node selected. To the left of the agent list view is a navigation menu to select specific clients and locations. This will expand the client and display the locations for that client. At the location level and client level, there are additional tabs for information about other assets related to the selected node. These tabs include computers for viewing the agent computers, network devices for viewing and managing any network devices found by the probe, retired assets, which contains a list of the computers removed from locations for the client, and then finally a contacts tab for all of the contacts related to that client or location. These tabs will also display the number of items they contain. You can view and manage agents by groups using the browser as well. The view will not default to any group, so you will not see any agent computers until you begin selecting specific groups. The Groups tab contains the same computers, network devices, and contacts tab that the client and location views have with the same information related to that selected group. When browsing the parent-child structure of the groups, it may become necessary to resize the browser window to easily see all of the child groups. Service plan groups are where Ignite applies most of the monitors and scripts as agents are onboarded. Groups are where you should start when creating and deploying any services to your client. They offer a scalable way to apply the same services across multiple clients. Keep in mind, each client, location, and group in the control center can be double-clicked to load a configuration screen for that particular object. Beginning in the control center, test your knowledge on how to show locations and clients. How do you view the location for a client? Click on one of the boxes to submit your. How do you. The refactored control center makes it much easier to manage multiple agent computers at once. You can apply nearly anything you need to on any number of agent computers by multi-selecting them in the list view using the normal Control and Shift key combination. To make many routine functions easy and intuitive to find, the list view contains action buttons at the top. These buttons are dynamic and will enable and disable based on selected object or objects in the list view. Click on each button for more information. Control. If you have the ConnectWise control integration plugin configured, this button will launch a remote session with the selected agent. If the agent does not have the control agent software installed, you will be prompted to install the software. Once installed, a connection is made to the agent computer. Scripts. Clicking the Scripts button will load the Scripts menu. The Scripts menu will be categorized by function type. Scripts can be used for routine maintenance and automated resolutions to problems. Selecting a script will allow you to run the selected script on the selected computer or computers. Commands. Commands are instructions sent to the agent on a computer to perform various tasks. The commands are broken down by task categories. Commands can be sent to one or multiple agents at once right from the agent's computer's list view. Monitors. From the Monitors dropdown, you can choose to view monitors for the selected agent or even create monitors with or without the help of the Monitor Wizard. Reports. Clicking on the Reports button will display a drop-down of the report categories. From here, you can choose a report to run against the selected agents in the list view.
Which are action buttons in the Control Center list view screen? Select 5.
The menus categorize and organize the objects and features in the Control Center. At the top, just like in ConnectWise Manage, you can add items to your own menu called Favorites. This gives you quick access to your most utilized tools in Automate. The Automation menu contains tools and features that help create automated solutions in your Automate environment. You will be accessing these tools to manage client services and issues. The Tools menu contains the ConnectWise Automate core plugins and other plugins, such as third-party and legacy plugins, all in alphabetical order. The service desk contains items that help technicians manage end user issues. The help section contains various links to information about the server as well as the online documentation. You can even rerun the Getting Started wizard. The system menu contains links for configuring or accessing properties of the ConnectWise Automate environment. The Automate administrator will find many useful features for customizing the behaviors and properties in Automate. Click on each menu option for additional information. Favorites. To add to the Favorites menu, you right-click on any menu item. Choose the Add to Favorites option, and now it will show in the Favorites area. Favorites are saved for each user and will be available every time that user logs into the Control Center. Automation. The automation menu includes data views, monitors, the patch manager, schedules, scripts, searches, and templates. Click on each for more information. Tools. Examples of core plugins are ConnectWise Control, ConnectWise Manage if installed, the Report Center, and Standards and Help. Plugin actions are defined by the actual plugin itself. For example, opening a plugin could lead you to the expanded tile within the computer management screen, or to the plugin's main interface. Because this menu displays plugins added through the Solution Center, the options available will vary from server to server. Service Desk. The Service Desk options include alerts, heads-up displays, and tickets. Click on each for more information. Help. The Help menu option includes About, the Getting Started wizard, and the online manual, as well as server status. System. The administrator will find many useful features for customizing the behaviors and properties in ConnectWise Automate here. These include configuration, general, solutions, and user and contacts. Click on each for more information. Test your knowledge on adding patching to your favorites menu, and then verify that patching is indeed in your favorites menu. Which menu is patching in? Click on one of the boxes to submit. How do you load the context menu for the patch manager? Right-click. How do you open the favorites menu? This section will cover the remaining various features you may want to use in the Control Center, as well as show you how to further customize the Control Center interface. Click on the highlighted areas for more information. The New button. From time to time, you will need to add new objects to the Control Center. For example, you will need a new client and location created when onboarding new customer. From the New button, you can create clients, contacts, groups, locations, and even scripts. You will learn more information about creating each of these objects in later lessons. The Browse Search. The search utility in the Browse menu will look through all clients and locations to find names matching the string entered. This search works the same on the group tabs as well. As the search finds matches, it will expand the necessary nodes to show the objects in the navigation. Show Column Chooser. To access this, right-click on any of the headers. You can use the Column Chooser to add or remove columns in the list views. Columns are added by dragging them from the Column Chooser to the list view. Conversely, you remove the columns by dragging them from the list view to the Column Chooser. Easy drag and drop process for customizing which columns are displayed in a user's list views. You can also drag columns in the list view to reorder them how they are displayed in the list view. All changes are saved to each user so that the custom list view is displayed each time they log in. Filter Editor. To access this, right-click on any one of the headers. The Filter Editor allows comprehensive filtering abilities to find agents meeting specific criteria quickly within a list view. The Filter Editor works the same way as the Advanced Search utility, which is covered in the Business Intelligence lesson. Filters are created by selecting properties like type and constructing and/or statements until you have refined the list to exactly the agents you need. Any list view with a filter applied will display the filter parameters below the list view. To clear the filter, click on the X or click on the pencil icon to edit the current filter. Search Agent ID field. Entering an agent ID number in the agent search field and pressing enter will load that agent's computer management screen. The computer management screen is the interface and dashboard for managing an individual endpoint. Using these features will allow you to access agents you manage often. Profile. The Profile menu contains some miscellaneous settings for user experience and data refreshes. It is recommended to enable IDs in the user preferences. This will display the object ID next to each object in the browser. Using the IDs for components like scripting is a more positive ID to use for those objects. Click on each for more information. Where can you find reload system cache? Let's take a minute to go over some of the important concepts covered in this lesson. You should remember the Control Center's basic components include clients, locations, groups, permissions, scripts, searches, templates, and monitors. The Browse menu displays agents in list views and can be viewed per client, location, or group. The automation, tools, service desk, help, and system menus are used to access additional features and configurations within the Control Center. And the Profile menu contains options for customizing a user's Control Center, and list views may be modified per user.
Do you feel comfortable with the material covered in this lesson? If you do, click yes below to advance to the final knowledge check and complete the lesson. Click no if you'd like to provide us feedback on how we can improve the lesson, and be sure to complete the final knowledge check.